Hello and welcome. You are watching News9. I'm Suyash Maheshwari and this is First Stick, where we break down the morning action on D Street and bring you the top stocks in the spotlight today. Now, Indian markets opened on a flattish note with the first stick for Nifty coming in at 19,521 mark. The muted trend in domestic market is on the back of a weak handover from global equities. Now, US market closed sharply lower on Friday with Nasdaq closing over 1.5% lower, S&P 500 correcting over 1.2% and Dow Jones ending 0.86 lower. Now, Asian markets were also trading firmly lower this morning, extending their losses to the fourth consecutive session as well. Now, moving back to the Indian markets, Nifty seems to have recovered some of its morning losses and it's currently trading on a flattish note with a positive bias. Now, as you can see on your screen, Nifty this morning at 9:30 a.m. was up about 0.02% at 19,546 mark, whereas the sensex was down 0.01% at 65,391 mark. Now, the broader markets were mixed this morning with Nifty Mid-Cap 100 trading at about 0.18% lower, whereas the Nifty Small Cap 100 was up about 0.09%. Now, volatility has fallen sharply with India VIX down by about 7.48% at 10.01. Now, these are the numbers from 9:30 a.m. This morning. Markets are still trading at in the flattish zone. Also joining me in the studio at this point in time is my friend and colleague Amit Ranjan. Now, Amit, we have quite a few of earnings to go through the day. Now, two big banks came out with their earnings in over the weekend. One of them, I think you were tracking, was ICICI Bank. How did the numbers go?
Yeah, ICICI Bank, Suyash, thank you, have reported a strong set of numbers with both net profits and net interest income, both of which came in above street expectations. Net profits jumped 35.8% year-on-year to 10,261 rupees. The net interest income, which is basically the difference between the interest earned by the bank and the interest paid, witnessed 23.8% year-on-year growth, reaching 18,307 crores of rupees for the July-September financial year 24 quarter, as opposed to 14,786 crores the corresponding quarter the same year previous year, that is financial year 23. The net interest margin, NIMs, the difference between the amount paid by the bank and from loans and the amount paid as interest. Let me correct that. The difference between the amount the money bank earns from the loans and the amount it pays as interest for second quarter financial year 2024 was at 4.53%, a 22 basis point jump from 4.31% the same quarter last year. On a sequential basis, of course, it declined 25 basis points. Furthermore, ICICI Bank's asset quality has improved. Gross non-performing assets declined 71 basis points, coming in at 2.48% in the September quarter. Those were the ICICI Bank results. Pretty strong for now.
And I'm seeing the impact on the stock also, Amit. This morning it's opened about 1% higher and currently trading at about 942.40 on NSE. I mean, in the last 5 days, we have seen some sort of a correction playing out in ICICI Bank and other private banks as well. And ICICI Bank on a 5-day basis is down about 1.5%. However, on a 1-month basis, also is down about 1.5%, but on a six-month basis, the stock has returned about 4.12%. Now, I was also reading at the brokerage reviews coming in this morning for ICICI. Strong set of numbers, and brokerages have also maintained their buy calls, if not raised the target price at these current level. And the kind of performance that we are seeing from ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank this morning also, the stock is, as I said, is up about 1%. It opened at 942, touched an intraday high of about 944.8 and an intraday low of 939. So things looking good for ICICI Bank, Amit.
Definitely looking good. The numbers are much better than what some other banks have reported, if you allow me.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So Kotak Mahindra Bank also reported the results, but their numbers were little not as good as what ICICI Bank reported. Decent set of numbers with both net profits and net interest income also going up. Net profits jumped 23.6% year-on-year to rupees 3,191 crores. The net interest income witnessed a growth of 23.5% year-on-year, reaching 6,297 crores of rupees for the July-September quarter for the financial year 2024, as opposed to 5,099 crores in the corresponding quarter the previous year. The net interest margin, and this time I'll say it right, the difference between the amount of money the bank earns from loans and the interest it pays, was 5.22%, a 22 basis point improvement from 5.17% the same quarter the previous year. Asset quality improved marginally. Gross non-performing assets declined 36 basis points and came in at 1.72% in the September quarter this year. So those were the numbers for Kotak Mahindra Bank. Good, not as good as ICICI, but of course, a much bigger bank.
All right. Also, we have Avani Bhatt joining in this morning. Now, Avani Bhatt, hi Avani, very good morning to you. First of all, as we were discussing the numbers that came out through the week, ICICI Bank, let's start with that. How are the numbers looking in your opinion?
Good morning to you and all the viewers, and warm regards for Ram Navami and Dashera. So yeah, ICICI Bank results were good, and technically also the stock looks pretty robust from current levels. So I think a bit of pressure, selling pressure is seen from the higher levels. That's because it's the expiry related movement. But in my view, I think around 930 is a good support level where one can look to take fresh long trades at this level with a small stop loss of 925, and targets that we could see on the stock would be around 965 to 970 in a coming few days.
Kotak Mahindra Bank also reported this number. As opposed to ICICI Bank, it's trading with moderate losses this morning, down about 1% or so. I mean, I was looking at the numbers also, the returns over a period of 1 year. Kotak Mahindra Bank is the only bank to have delivered negative returns. I mean, when I'm talking about the private banks, it's down about 7% on a 12-month basis. How is the setup looking for Kotak Mahindra Bank?
So Kotak Mahindra has been under pressure all throughout. Even in the rally, it did not participate. And now it's trading close to the 200-day moving average, which is around 1705. So in my view, it should be testing around 1705 level. Only from that level, we could see some kind of recovery coming in. So 1705 is the level where one can take long trades in this particular stock with a stop loss of around 1692 and targeting somewhere around 1800 rupees. So it is going to be under pressure. It's stuck in a range, and given that it's the expiry week, I think it's more of options play. So in the option segment, if you see around 1740 to 1750 is where a lot of call writing has been developed in the Friday's trading session. So there will be some pressure as far as this expiry is given. Post that, I think we should be seeing a move up to around 1800. Reversal level would be 1705.
Now, Avani, a muted start to the session this Monday morning. I mean, we are coming off a holiday. We are going into a holiday. How is the overall trade setup for Nifty looking like? What are the levels that we need to track?
So basically, both Nifty and Bank Nifty are stuck in a range, and we are seeing some bit of selling pressure from the higher levels. So as far as the options setup is concerned, 19500 is where the maximum put writers are placed. And a breach of that would mean that we are heading towards the previous low of around 19330, the swing low of 19333. But as long as 19500 is held on to, we should be seeing some kind of recovery which will face resistance around 19600. So basically right now Nifty is in a very indecisive mode, and it's again being expiry week, it's going to be more of options play. So we'll see how the open interest pans out during the day. But as of now, the setup is 19500 to 19600 range. And if 19500 is breached, we have to brace for the impact up to around 19333.
All right, that's the view on Nifty. Now, also want to get your thoughts on Bank Nifty. Now, between the two, Nifty and Bank Nifty has actually been under quite a bit of pressure lately. Now, the index seems to have formed a double bottom sort of a pattern on the price chart. It's currently hovering around its 2-month low. Can we expect a bounce back from here on, or or will weakness persist?
Again, see, Bank Nifty, as you rightly said, it's weaker of the two indices, and 43,700 it is holding on to as of now. But the major support lies at 43,500. That's a very, very crucial support level, and technically also it has a lot of relevance. So if 43,500 is breached, then we might see Bank Nifty slide down to around 43,000 to 42,800. So yes, weaker of the two indices. So if one has to bet out of the two indices, I think one should go with Nifty. It has a better setup, and Bank Nifty 43,500 is where one can look at buying a long trade only for trading purpose, which would be a swing trade, and it could see levels of around 43,800 in a short term. As of now, it's a no trade setup, so avoid Bank Nifty as of now.
Also, Avani, hang on. We have Amit also coming out with the results of Paytm. Amit, how are the Paytm results looking?
Okay, 197 Communications, the parent company of the fintech giant Paytm, reported a 32% year-on-year rise in the revenue to 2,518.6 crore of rupees for the July-September quarter for this financial year 2024. The fintech major had reported a revenue of 1,914 crores in the same quarter last year. So there's been a 32% jump. The net loss here also narrowed down to 292 crores approximately in the September quarter of the current financial year. Revenue from financial services and others was up 64% year-on-year to 571 crores of rupees. The good one is the unique users who have taken loans through Paytm platform reached 1.18 crores this financial year. So that's up.
The stock, Amit, on the other hand, is trading with quite a bit of mutedness. I think it's down about 2% this morning. I mean, but if you look at the price chart of Paytm over the historical price chart, now on a 1 year basis, the stock is up about 57%. On a 6-month basis, the stock has delivered about 52% returns to its investors. In a 1 month basis, Amit, it's up about 17%. Now, Avani, getting back to you, I mean, the numbers look rather decent. Brokerages look bullish. What's your view on Paytm?
Yes, the texture of the stock is extremely robust, and I think this is some kind of price retracement that it is seeing after a nice, fantastic rally that it has seen in last 1 year. So this price retracement would find support somewhere around 912, which is also the 50-day moving average for the stock. So this is a regular profit booking scenario, wherein we may see some kind of downside, but overall the structure of the stock is extremely good. 912 is where one should look at buying, keeping the stock in the portfolio for long-term investment. We should be seeing around 1050 level in a very short term on the stock.